What a strange brush that fell on your head. How could it have gotten here in the first place? I don't know why, but I think we should take it. What if it's magical?
What? JJ, do you really think a magic paintbrush could have fallen on us from the sky?
Yes.
I think it's just a prank. But let's go get it. And how do we even know if it worked?
I feel like we could just try to draw something.
Yeah.
And if the brush is magic, what we paint will appear in our world right away.
Oh. Look, here we were able to get to our girl's house. And why don't we paint their house? I don't even know what would happen in that case. But if there's a second house here, that would be cool.
Yes.
I think something magical is gonna happen.
Seriously?
So let's just paint this house faster. And I hope our girls don't see us, because they might ask too many questions.
Whoa! JJ, you better start soon, because I know it's gonna take a long time to paint a whole house. In the meantime, I'm gonna make sure everything goes well. And by the way, what are we painting next?
I think it's a little early for us to be thinking about that.
Really?
So let me just concentrate on painting this house. Well, that's it. I think I did a pretty good job of drawing this house. So now all we have to do is stand around and wait to see what happens.
Yeah.
Although, what if it's just a simple brush?
I told you this could happen, and you didn't believe me, but wait, what the hell is that? How could there be an anvil that big? JJ, we did something, except the house is finished.
Who would have thought this would happen? I didn't paint the anvil. You know, I think we should get out of here as fast as we can, because our girls are gonna destroy us for sure.
You're right, let's run. JJ, something tells me we might have a little fun tonight.
What the-
Because our girls have another home. How would you like us to destroy that one
Whoa.
too?
I like your idea.
Seriously?
So let's make it a reality. And I hope this brush is infinite, because I've already come up with so many designs.
Oh.
But for now, I need a house.
Well, then we'll go with the tried and true system. While you paint this house, I'll make sure we're not spotted. And by the way, what do you think's gonna happen to the house this time?
Oh,
I originally thought the same thing would happen to all the houses, but now I don't think so. And, you know, I think it would be cool if we could split the house in half.
Wow. Oh, yeah, that would be super cool. And by the way, then I guess we could paint ourselves a cool car or a new house. There's so many possibilities with this magic brush.
Whoa.
So think about what you'd like.
You're right. Now we can become the strongest and richest lions in the world.
Yeah.
But for now, we should start small. After all, if others find out about this brush, it'll be bad.
Hey, well, let's see what happens to the house this time.
whoa.
And who would have thought it would just start burning down? That's so cool. But now we could be in big trouble. So let's just run away.
We really shouldn't be standing out here in the open, because it's our fault. But I think we can keep watching our girls, in case they decide to go for a car ride.
Then we can draw the car too.
Yes.
And then something cooler than just a house fire would have to happen.
Look, did you know our girls have such a cool car? This is the first time I've ever seen one. So let us help them skid a little bit. I'm already excited to do a drawing and see what happens.
You're right. They shouldn't have a car that cool. So draw them crashing. But I hope the girls are okay. Because if we hurt them, it's gonna be bad.
Don't worry, we'll be fine, and so will they. So I'm gonna go paint as usual. And by the way, I like that I can use this brush to paint wherever I want. So I don't have to carry anything with me.
And by the way, are you sure you can get a picture of the car in motion?
What the-
Although I don't think for the magic of the brush to work, you have to paint it exactly as it is in life. So work on it.
I'm almost done, by the way. So in just a couple minutes, we'll be able to see what happens to this car. And I'm hoping it's gonna be something very cool,
Yes!
because I've worked really hard on it.
That's it! The drawing is finished. So now we just have to stand around and wait for something to happen to the car. And I hope it's very soon, because the girls might see us.
What the?
Mikey, would you look at that?
Yeah.
I had no idea this brush could control reality so precisely. Now the car's in the water, which means there's no way to recover it. And by the way, we have a problem.
What? I can't believe this brush has a use-by date. That means now we can't waste paint on something ridiculous.
Whoa.
Let's spend the rest of the limit on ourselves.
Look, what if we just run to the mage and ask him to remove the limit on this brush?
Really?
I think he can do it. Hey, we have a little favor to ask of you. Could you take the limit off?
Do you realize how rare an artifact you brought me?
Whoa!
You can use it to rule the world, and you're lucky I can lift the limit. So that's what I'm going to do for you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I didn't think it was possible. And now we'll have a brush that we can paint with endlessly. JJ, that's so cool.
Yes.
We can have anything we want.
But if I understand it correctly, the mage needs flowers to remove that limit. So let's get all the flowers we have and take them to him real quick. I'm glad it's not winter, because that would be hard.
You're right. We've had a lot of luck lately. And don't you think it's just because we decided to bring this brush with us? So don't ever sell it or give it to anyone.
You really think I could give someone that powerful an artifact? And by the way, I think we have enough colors already. So let's get them to the wizard. And now it's time for the spell.
Thank you so much for helping us. And now I'll definitely be able to lift the limit that someone put on this brush. But I hope you'll use it wisely.
Don't worry, you can definitely count on us. Because so far, we've only put this brush to good use. And we plan to do the same in the future. By the way, JJ, where do we go from here?
To be honest, I haven't come up with one yet.
Whoa!
But we can always just go in any direction. Because even if we get hungry, we can just draw food for ourselves.
You really think I don't know how you used a paintbrush?
What the?
You almost destroyed your own girls. So what I did will be your punishment.
Oh no!
And I'm certainly not giving you the brush.
Ah!
Look, why did you do this to us in the first place?
Ah!
We thought you were a good wizard. But in the end, you turned us into one man. And by the way, maybe you can give us that brush back.
Who would have thought the magician would actually give us the brush?
Yeah.
But before he changes his mind, let's get out of here. And by the way, can you move your leg at the same time as me?
Look, it's not so bad that we're in the same body now.
Oh.
Because we can do everything so much faster. So, let's take a little look around. And by the way, there's our girls.
Yes!
So, it's prank time.
I like that idea too. And by the way, now we're definitely not allowed in front of them because they'll know who the source of all the weird stuff is. But what do you want to draw?
I want to draw an artifact you've known about for a long time. And that is the magical hand of the Ender. We can use it to teleport. So this is going to be really cool.
Yes!
And we'll also be able to throw blocks.
I can't believe you thought of that, but I like your idea.
Yep.
So all we have to do is draw this hand neatly.
Yeah. That's it. Now we have an artifact at our disposal.
Booyah!
So let's get this prank going as fast as we can. And to do that, I think we can turn water into ice and throw it at our girls.
This is really going to be a lot of fun. And I hope they don't realize what it was until the end. Because I don't want to be destroyed. And look at how well we did on that ice flow.
Let's get out of here before they come to their senses.
Yes!
Don't you think it's a little loud in here? And who'd have thought we'd find a bandit's lair? So what do you say we take them down?
Booyah!
I think we have a chance now.
You're right. We're twice as strong now as we were before.
Yeah.
And we also have a sword, so we won't be a problem. And then I think we can explore their base and find the treasure.
Now that's very cool. And by the way, if those bandits hadn't spotted us right away, we could have drawn stronger weapons. And then there'd be nothing left of that gang. So they got lucky.
I wouldn't say they're lucky, because pretty soon there's gonna be nothing left of them anyway. They shouldn't have thought they could beat us. And it didn't bother them that they were facing two men in one.
And by the way, it looks like we've handled them all. Honestly, I thought it would take us a lot longer. But now we can make our way to their base. And all we need to do is get the password.
How I wish I could just pick it up and guess it the first time.
Seriously?
But I don't think I can do that, because there are too many combinations.
Whoa!
So we're gonna have to look for clues.
Don't you think it'd be easier to draw a flare gun or something just to destroy the front door?
Oh, no!
Although it would take the same amount of time. So let's look for books with
Yes!
clues.
But you know, something tells me we can solve books faster now.
Really?
Because now there's two of us. So let's just get the books together first, and then we can start solving them.
By the way, I hope you remember that I'm really bad at solving examples.
Oh.
So I'll leave it up to you. In the meantime, I can think about what we're gonna do next. Although I haven't found out what's in the safe yet.
As I thought, the examples here are very simple. So it will only take me a couple of minutes to solve them. And could you please not think about anything in the meantime? Because it's really distracting me.
By the way, are you sure there's gonna be anything in there?
Yes.
Because judging by the gang, they don't have any money. Nobody had guns, though. I think gangsters should always have guns.
I guess I'm getting tired of being in the same body as you. And by the way, we can fix that. All we have to do is draw a picture of us separating from each other.
Let's decide what we're gonna do with this body later. In the meantime, I want you to finish these examples quickly. Although I see you're almost done. So there's not much left to do.
Yes, now I'm going to open this door.
Yep.
And we can go inside this tower. And I really hope we don't have to go through any trials or battles.
Look at this. Who'd have thought they'd have a real bunker here? And I think there's a device that can help us split up. So let's get to it.
Mikey, that's just great.
Yeah.
I had no idea the bandits would have such advanced technology. So I suggest we use this device as soon as possible and become the same old thing.
Seriously? Aren't you afraid something might go wrong? We haven't even checked this place out. But you're right. It's better than us painting ourselves. Because I can't figure out how this brush works.
See, you like this plan better too. It may be fun to live in one body, but I want to be the same person. So let's just do what we want to do. We didn't kill so many bandits for nothing.
I also hope it doesn't hurt too much. Because I'm afraid of that.
That's it. The separation process has begun. And I thought it was going to be a little different. By the way, what do we do with the other body part? Well, let's you and me get out of this place.
Yeah.
And something tells me it's not going to be that easy. Because first, we're going to have to go through a series of challenges. I'm hoping it won't be too long.
And I'm scared to imagine what's gonna happen next. Because the first test is already kind of a big deal. And if we had second halves, we could definitely get through the trials faster.
You're right. It's twice as hard for us to pass even such a test now. But I think we can do it. Because we've been through this kind of problem before. And we've always gotten through them.
You're right. I'm getting pretty good at this. So we should be able to get through our first test in a little while. And I'm anxious to see what's next.
But you can see we'll have to dodge the big rocks next. And to be honest, I've never really understood the point of this challenge. Because it's almost impossible to get it wrong.
Seriously? But imagine how much it would hurt if someone did get hit by that rock. So I wouldn't advise stumbling at this point. And, you know, I don't see it going any further.
Mikey, that's just great. I'm so glad we can still make it. But then we're gonna have to grow the other half of our bodies as fast as we can. Because I'm not comfortable without it.
And that's it, by the way. We've passed these big rocks.
Yes.
So now all we have to do is run to the door. And don't you think it's weird that it's so far away?
What the?
It's like there's invisible traps.
Mikey, don't worry, there's nothing here at all. So we can just run to the door and then open it. And hopefully we'll see the street and not another ordeal.
Yep. And who would have thought that a small band of outlaws could have such a big room? I think we could make it our own and set up our base here.
Whoa.
That's not a bad idea, Mikey.
By the way, don't you think we should have started regenerating by now? It's getting there, though. So be glad we're going to be full-fledged.
Booyah.
Look, I think I've come up with a brilliant idea.
Really?
Why don't we draw money? Because if we do that, we'll never have to work again. And we can buy whatever we want.
Are you generally sure we have a need for money?
Yes.
Because I thought if we needed something, we could just draw it. Although you're right, it would be easier with money. So draw it.
I'm also very curious as to how we're even going to get this money. Although the most logical answer is that it's raining money. And imagine how awesome that would be. Although we'll be able to see that soon enough.
JJ, well, you certainly came up with a cool idea. I didn't even know it was possible. Although this brush can do anything we want it to do. The most important thing is that no one realizes who made it rain money.
Don't worry, we're pretty far out of town, so there won't be anyone here to spot us. And when we have a lot of money, we can go back and show everyone how rich we are.
Yep. And I want to buy myself a big house. Then again, we could just draw it all up. But something tells me that the paintbrush thinks it can fulfill our wishes. So it's better to do it the old-fashioned way.
I'm glad you realize the dangers of magic. And by the way, I'm almost done drawing the bill. So get ready to catch the hundreds of bills that are gonna fall out of the sky.
No way!
That's awesome.
By the way, I have a little idea for you.
Huh?
Why don't you write the denomination on the bill? Because I don't really want to walk around with a lot of money.
Whoa.
As long as the bills are big, it'll be fun.
You know, that's actually a really cool idea. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. And the more I paint, the closer we get to being millionaires.
Yeah.
Then we won't need anyone at all.
But I think we should take our girls with us. Because we did too many pranks for them today. And if we overdid it, it could have been really bad for them.
You're right. There's no way we can leave them. Well, that's it.
No way!
I'm done drawing money. So we should see it soon.
Yep.
And look how many bills are falling on us. Just as I thought, now we'll have money raining down.
Wow!
And it's awesome.
That's actually really cool.
Yes!
So let's get it all together as soon as possible. Because I don't want to be chasing bills all over the woods.